Good morning. It's turned out nice again. Actually, it's 20 past 1 here, which is 20 past 12 in the UK. This is only my second drink so far today. Been very busy on KopTalk this morning. I've done a KopTalk podcast today, which you might want to listen to. You can listen to that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, any podcast platform, I guess, really. Just search Liverpool FC KopTalk, I think. Spotify is a good one to listen to it on if you've got Spotify. I find that one pushes the notifications out, the new updates out quicker than the others. But yeah, it's just a little Liverpool FC roundup. I'm trying to do the podcast every day again, weekday, Monday to Friday. So if that's your thing, go and have a listen. There's some really good stuff on the members website today. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, don't you just want me to go and sign up for the members? Well, I do, of course I do. But it's not very often, that I come on here and, tell you there's some good stuff to read, because it's dependent on what's happening at the club, right? And it just so happens that today one of our, main contributors, members, has shared some stuff with us. And, listen, if I had influence over that person and others, I'd be asking, I'd be like, come on, put something every day if you can. And it's not like that. If you listen to my podcast, I often say, let me just check the members' website. And I'll say, there's not there, guys, really, nothing much happening today. But today there's a few updates on there that some of you will appreciate. And unfortunately, I can't talk about them in an open video like this. Maybe if we do another one later. I don't think I'll be doing another video later, but some good stuff. So, but the reason I wanted to make the video really was to tell you to look out for some. I think around Easter weekend, you're going to see some big claims made, maybe relating to transfers, or transfer, or linked player, or linked players, and I think it's going to focus around Easter weekend. That's all I can say, really. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to be disappointed. I honestly can't say it this time. I'm just telling you, this is what I think you might see around Easter weekend. Now, we see transfer speculation, right, every day of the year, rumours. Even the transfer window closes and the next day we're still, subjected to new rumours or continuing rumours or whatever. But this is different. I think this will be different. And obviously, last week I said to you, I think the club are in that phase now where, previously, you might have, a few months back, the club making preliminary transfer inquiries and things like that. And last week I said, I think next week, which is this week, I think we're going to start seeing like more credible transfer claims and just stuff a little bit different to idle speculation, where the club are actually starting to, back then, say January, February, the club might be saying he's an option, sound him out, sound her out. And then, I think we're in that period now where the club is stepping up that stuff and saying, right, can we make this happen? Shall we do that? Basically working their way through a list of options. That's what we're seeing. And I think Easter weekend, we might see something like, when I say might see something, I don't necessarily mean you're going to see like Liverpool announce signing. If you monitor the credible sources, it'll be interesting around that weekend or just immediately after it. Maybe the Monday or Tuesday. We might see something. So if we see any nice, exciting claims around, then let's pay specific attention to them, detailed attention to them. Oh, I didn't put any fucking sugar in it. If I move that, will my phone drop? No. Well, what's going on here? What the fuck? I don't have sugar. I have what's called sucralose. I don't know if you can see that. It's white powder. And it's 600 times sweeter than sugar. But but 0 calories. So you only need a little bit. The only thing is when you get it on your fingers like that, because someone's moved it, you get it on your fingers like that, and if you touch it a little bit later, it's all you can taste all day. It is so sweet, but 0 calories. It works for me, that is for sure. It's quite funny actually, because Tracy Ann, my wife, her son once, he'd made himself some cereal and he thought that was just normal sugar. So he got the big cereal spoon and, filled it with all that, put it on his Weetabix or cornflakes or whatever, and he So, talking to my wife, just if you're new to the channel, that's her picture up there. It's nothing to do with me. I can't stand it. The day she put that up there, I went, what's that? What's that? She went, what do you mean, what is it? Well, what is it? She went, what does it look like? I said, it looks like a load of rubbish to me. But I like it. Kitchen's her room, innit? Well, it isn't actually, because my wife hasn't been in this kitchen for 3 years. Can you believe that? 3 years. Because, we've had our ups and downs a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I might have moved on a little bit during that time. Well, she lives in England now, or has been doing. She went over there to work, just before the pandemic, to give us a bit of a break. So she went over there to work 3 weeks, come back here 1, but the pandemic was resulted in like a 2-year travel ban or whatever, lockdowns, and made things very difficult, and, a lot of stress at home and with the website and things like that, just took its toll on us really, and we drifted away. But she's coming to see Big Dunk next Friday, right? Which is the first time she's been back in a long time. I think I've seen her once in 3 years, something like that. So there will be no videos around that period from 14th to the 19th. So please excuse me for those few days, guys. I've got to take care of business, I don't mean that. No, I mean, I just got to, real life. But I'm sure some of you don't care for that. But I know that, a lot of people on this channel have been with me, since the 1990s, online on KopTalk since the late 1990s. And I honestly, when I use the word community, I don't, use it loosely. It really is a family. There's people that you'll see in the comments sometimes will tell you that, we help each other. My members, they help me, right? My KopTalk TV channel members, my VIP members on the main site, the podcast patrons, wherever they are, the people that are listed in the video description, there's some people on there that have made little donations. You can donate. It goes in the kitty, guys. It pays a bill. And they look after me because they enjoy what I do and the content that I do. Some people watching this will be like, no, I'd never do that. Well, that's fine. That's your choice. Some people can't do that and would if they could. But they support me and they get it. And I'm not one of these Twitter ITKs. I don't come around pushing betting links on people. I don't have a lot of advertising on the main website. And I try and keep it real. I won't toe the line. I won't say what people want to hear. I won't clickbait unless I'm trying to wind someone up and doing it for a joke, but that's very rare. I try to do everything's right. And it is a family, they look after me, and these people have been with me for a very, very long time. And I try and give stuff back to them when I can. So when I make these videos here in my kitchen, just having a cup of tea, right? They're not your typical YouTube video, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not here in red and white scarf or a red and white, red jersey or anything with a nice background. I've got that stupid shit picture of hers up there, and there's a box on top of my fridge. Looks probably a water filter or something. Because when I make these videos, I'm making these videos for my friends, for my family, for my community. So someone new coming to the channel is probably like, I want to watch this fat bloke talking about, you know. But them videos are not meant for them people, you know. They're meant for the people that get it, that are part of the KopTalk gig, and you know, it's just good. I like it. I like it like this. Everyone's welcome here if you're new, absolutely. But this is my style. This is what I do, and I know it's not for everyone. You might want to go and watch some, you know, young Twitter ITK or YouTuber that makes like, you know, nice pictures of himself holding cigars and being all like dapper and that. I just keep it real. I don't need to impress anybody at all, apart from her next week. You know when, this is for the fellas, you know when your missus goes out for a night out with her friends, or even a weekend away, right? You know, a weekend away or a night out, yeah? And you know that mad rush you have before she gets home, I better tidy up and I better put them pots away now. Imagine when she's been out for 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Because this is our house, this is mine and her house. Let's just say, you know, I've been spending a lot of time moving things around the last few days. And she'll still come next Friday and find fault with everything. Including me. Dear me. I don't know, guys. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Well, no, really, listen, I just wanted to tell you about the Easter weekend. Yeah, Easter weekend. Keep an eye out for that. That's going to be interesting. For me, anyway, so you might not see anything, or maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks later, something will come out that points back to that weekend. You know, we'll see. This is how it works. The ownership, I don't want to make this video too long. The ownership situation, I still believe that they want to sell the club outright. Whether they'll do that or not, I'm not very confident about that. It might have to be minor investment. Bellingham is something that I speak to you about quite a lot. And despite all the doom and gloom recently and everyone giving up, I didn't. And I said I was still quite upbeat about that. And I'm even more upbeat at the moment than usual. So I'm trying to give like little, you know, that mood could change by this evening or something. But at the moment, I'm upbeat on that front. We'll see. I think that a lot of it is to do with the manager's decisions. If you can hear that noise in the background, that's Remy. A lot of it's to do with what the manager wants, I think. And, you know, same with any players that may be sold. But we're in for an interesting summer, I think. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to run by you. There was, and I can't remember what it was. Saturday night steaming this weekend. I don't know. I'm undecided as to whether to do it or not. The following weekend, the 15th, I obviously won't be here for reasons just explained. This Friday I'm meeting the boys for a few sherbets. I might go live when I get in on Friday instead of Saturday. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Because then on Saturday, you know, like I like streaming. I love the streaming on Saturday with you guys. We have absolute banter. It is amazing. We have such a good crack. Really, really good fun. Maybe it's not really good fun if you've not had a drink. But for those of us that do have a drink, it's good. It's good crack. And it's an extension of the community again. So please, if you do come along to the streams on a weekend, let me know your feelings in the comments section. Would you join on Friday night if I went live about 9 o'clock UK for a few hours and, you know, just had a chin wag? Or would you prefer we stick with the Saturday night this weekend? I don't know what to do. You know, I think if you do them every weekend, I think people become a bit like, I'm not going this weekend, I'll go next weekend. But if it's only done a couple of times, maybe they'll turn out. I don't know. Not that there's been any problems with attendances. We've had some cracking weekends recently. There was something else, I know there was. Doesn't matter. Yeah. That's it then, guys.